Mum showed me the divorce paper and she was livid. Never seen his dad this fierce, his bloodshot eyes trembling fakes. He knew his powerless against the decision. He kept taking beer bottles and smashing them against the kitchen table. He was tired of having just drinking all day and not contributing to the family at all. Left a little surprise for him in the car. Find out when he's driving. Well, for now I guess it would just be Mum, Lilith and I, so she asked me to get a part-time job. Since needing the money to help with Lilith's medical bills, don't mind working. Even though I'm still in high school, I'm pretty busy, I guess I'll have to deal with it. Hard though. I went to the doctor the other day, examining my shoulder. It turns out I have a torn rotator cuff for a while now. I've never been able to get it checked out because of Dad. I haven't been able to rotate my arm past 90 degrees without feeling this tearing sensation in the back of my shoulder. Thanks, Dad. I guess in the end everybody gets what they deserve. Suicide note. Been hard the last year. Been working overtime almost every day a week. Since the divorce, just to cover everything. Lilith, well, she was bedridden and relied on Marcus for just about everything. Marcus was attending college, working at the same time. Went on a business trip for about a week. Didn't get the news till I came home. The house caught fire. I was told that Lilith died a horrific death, burning alive as the flames consumed her. The fire started in her room, most likely by a candle that was tipped over. The neighbours, they all said they heard a haunting scream like an animal that knows death is approaching. Everything's gone, my kids, my house. Do I deserve this? I'm so blinded by greed. I'm a horrible person. Yet, I let my son be abused for years just to force my daughter to make myself money. I guess Joseph was coming to him. Now it's my turn. Wish I could watch over them. Mary Walker. How did you kill yourself?
I'm Joseph, back with an update concerning our latest story. A drunk driver was recently killed in an accident outside a local liquor store. According to friends and family, the man had been going through a divorce with his wife. Probably trying to drink his sorrows away, he swerved off the road, crashing his car into a tree. Officers have noted that there might have been tampering involved with the braking system of the vehicle. Fortunately, the individual suffered greatly while dying. I know a certain someone that would be happy to know so. Don't worry, I'm stuck as well. This was Joseph, bringing the local news to you.
So, am I Joseph or not? Footsteps are back upstairs. almost a year since I've been diagnosed. Gotten worse recently. I lose control of hands, so it's getting quite difficult to write. One day I wake up unable to move a certain part of my body. It's a bit horrifying. A bit horrifying. Having all your muscles, ligaments and tendons slowly turn into bone. Mark's been taking care of me, so I'm such a burden to him. Top school, his part-time job, and taking care of me, he's so busy. Mum's been working overtime almost every weekend just to help my medical bills. I mean, we have insurance, we've got some money left with my pains, but it's getting pretty tough to pay for everything. Can't walk anymore, so I'm pretty much confined to my bed. Favourite part of the day is when my brother comes in to check on me. Hopefully I'll never read this. This is so embarrassing. I feel like I'm holding him back. After Dad died, he just seemed so much more alive. I guess he got what he deserves. But is this my punishment too? That is fucked up. Not going to be there. Yeah. Thought it just crashed. Better keep up with everything. I was accepted in the university I really want to attend, decided not to go through with it. Did leave, no one will be able to take care of my sister. If I'm being honest, I wish I could leave. I want to move on, just forget about it. Mum, Dad, all of them. Decided to attend this community college first, then transfer to a university afterwards to save money. Won't be in a ton of debt after I graduate. That'd be nice. Last night I saw something a bit disturbing. It was made in my room. Lewis' door was slightly ajar. I could also hear this high-pitched. That was odd. His high-pitched scraping sound was my sister scraping her nails against the wall. Turned the light on, was blood covering her hand from the tips of her fingers. I want to finish reading the note. She's running the tips of her fingers across the wall up to the point where her fingernails were now loosely attached to her finger. She seems out of touch with reality. Looked at her other hand, but was bent in an awkward position, her wrist bending towards her body while her fingers looked stiff. This thing in my house. I don't think this is my sister. My sister was a painter, talented girl with immense potential. Her eyes gradually turned towards me, and I felt almost reaching out to me, pleading for comfort. I gave her none. What a turd. was leaving for about a week. He's going on business trips, giving me in charge to care for the house and sister, checking her briefly once or twice a day just to make sure she's still alive. Yeah, nice. Might forget to check through the week though. It's such a chore taking care of her. Why can't she just die already? Am I wrong for saying that? Because of her talent, her God-given gift to paint destroyed our family. Without it, everything would be normal. In the end, everybody gets what they deserve. She's getting her end right now. Dad received this. Mum's breaking her back just to make ends meet. Wonder what my end will have in store. Who knows? Maybe I'll get the worst end of them all. I realise that my hatred for her is wrong and unjustified. It isn't her fault she was born with that skill. I feel guilty that I enjoy hearing and seeing her in pain. It's an immature reaction. For so long I wish someone to feel my suffering. I'll get beatings almost every week when my mum and sister just watching. It's almost entertaining thinking of what I could tell people at school when they asked about the cuts and bruises. No, it's a little different I guess. I'm in control. She's the helpless one. Don't really believe in heaven or hell, but if one exists I'll probably end up in the latter. So you can see the shadow moving. Or is it though? Oh no, it's there. What's it say? Nearly at the end. This was the last letter I write. I can feel my right hand becoming immobile and stiff. Mum left a couple of days ago. It's been up to Marcus to take care of me. And those visits have been getting short and less frequent over the last few months. I understand I'm just a burden to my mum. He hasn't checked up on me ever since she left. I tried everything, knocking, banging my hand against the wall, screaming. I mean, it's all I can do since I'm practically immobile. Sometimes I get my hopes up hearing him walk up the stairs. Just maybe he'll walk through the door and check on me. Did I deserve this for not standing up for my parents and letting all this happen? All of this? It's my fault. I'm sorry, Marcus. I promise I'll never be a burden to you ever again. Where are you? I need another hint here. Because I haven't seen a piano. Would you like to point out? No lights work. Confused now. she comes. I'm gonna run her again. Slower every time. So, am I getting more immobile as well? Right, this must be the last note. Life's pretty quiet to be honest right now. Between school and work it's a bit stressful, but not as bad as before. Mum is set to come home in a few days. It was nice having the house to myself for a week. I'll admit sometimes it gets eerily quiet. Sometimes I hear these soft knocks coming from the wall. Sometimes I hear crying and sobbing. Sometimes even screaming. Usually doesn't last long, but still it's a bit unusual. There's a strange feeling I've forgotten something, like I've forgotten to finish some sort of chore. Oh well, the problem isn't important anyway. I had a strange dream the other day.
According to the police report, both bodies were recovered. So, the young woman was dead at the scene. After performing an autopsy, it was confirmed that the fire led to her death, but officials also found something strange. Her body was starving. What officials think occurred was during her final moments, as an act of desperation she lit a candle inside her room and started the fire herself. Her younger brother, Marcus Walker, might have neglected her to such a degree. She chose to end her life to ease her suffering. Emotions ranging from jealousy, hatred, enviousness, and frustration might have drove him to neglect her, despite her cries for help. Due to her rare disorder, she was extremely immobile and required help for the simplest activities. She required Marcus for everything. Marcus might have held animosity towards her, as for almost his whole life, everyone had paid their attention to her. Perhaps Marcus wanted her to feel isolated and alone, an emotion he was very familiar with. He wanted vengeance for a crime she didn't commit. Marcus's body was mostly unharmed, though he was not conscious at the scene. He was taken to a local hospital, where he currently resides. He is currently in a coma induced by smoke inhalation and has been unconscious ever since the fire. No one knows when, or if, he will ever wake up, or what he is experiencing. He could be experiencing nothing at all, or he might be suffering. The only living relative he had was his mother, Mary Walker, who committed suicide shortly after she heard about the incident. His father, Joseph Walker, was killed in a suspicious road incident where his brakes stopped working while driving under the influence. Due to his unusual situation, no one is left to decide whether or not they should keep him alive in his coma. Many may wonder whether he regrets his actions, whether he regrets neglecting his sister, starving her, and psychologically torturing her to the point of suicide. Others speculate that years of domestic abuse by his father Joseph, along with neglect from his family, left him psychologically scarred. Whatever the case may be, he tortured and isolated his sister. His sister, who loved him, and did everything necessary to protect him. Hopefully all members of the family get what they deserve. In Marcus's case, he's stuck in his own personal purgatory. Stuck in a place between life and death, an eternity of suffering awaits him. Thank you for listening. This was Joseph Walker, bringing your local news to you.
So it said, I had a strange dream the other day. I woke up in this house, I was alone. Something was watching me. Couldn't leave, and every once in a while something would attack me. I'd wake up again. Kept repeating until I woke up for real. So then I thought it was real. After waking up so many times in this eternal dream, I could distinguish it from reality. From it. Eventually I woke a bit shaken. The dream was definitely worth noting though, even though it was horrifying. I smelled something burning. Creepy. Well. That was fucking odd. And I'm sure it took me a lot longer to play through that than it needed to. He's put me back here. I was just wondering if I could open the door earlier.
8, 9, 2, 6, 4. 8, 9, 2, 6, 4. 8, 9, 2, 6, 4. 8, 9, 2, 6, 4. 8, 9, 2, 6, 4. 8, 9, 2, 6, 4. 8, 9, 2.
No. So this is just back here from where it crashed. Yeah. So that is the survey. I did like that. That was quite good. Although I think it would have been more scary if she didn't run. If she just kept slowly coming, like. But there you go. That was fairly interesting. So go check it out. Give it a go. Play it in the dark. I'll see you on the next one.